I mean, it's a beautiful day. I believe the fall weather has been phenomenal. Stop at the gas station, get some snacks. Just a lot of traffic here these days. Stinker station. Crashed my truck right there once a long time ago. That's where I'm headed. The goal is to get to Mesquite Divide. It says it's only 2.6 miles. GPS always says more than that. So we're right there at Coal Creek. Gonna go up that Coal Creek road. Not going as far as Moose Creek, but kind of between that Taylor Mountain Trail and the Teton Phillips. Where it says the word Teton, it's about right in there somewhere. And apparently there's a fire up there to watch for. It's like a lightning strike. See, that says 5 miles north, stay I-22 near Mesquite Creek. So 5 miles. That says 2.6 miles. I don't think they know. People coming. I gotta walk through there. And you'll see where it comes out of the ground. Right there. See, it's dry. Let's see if I can get some fall pictures, but as I'm getting higher up, there's less and less leaves on the trees. I should have come up here probably 2 weeks ago. I'm just sitting in a dry creek bed. This is usually where I sit to rest. Nice little cozy spot. So I'm about 1.3 miles right now. It's actually taking me an hour to get here, which is about typical for this trail. I've climbed 651 feet, 3,274 steps. This is usually where I walk up when I'm hiking after work. I'll walk up here, sit down, take a snack, and move on back down the trail. Well, today I got the whole day, so I'm gonna keep going further up. Last time I was up here, some people above me saw a bear, and maybe we'll see a bear, I don't know. Passed some people going down, they'd only seen one other person up higher, so usually if there's not a lot of people walking the trails, you'll see a bear. But it's also pretty hot too. Notice I'm sitting in a dry creek bed. This creek will run pretty hefty in the springtime, and usually by July it's dried up. I need a go-go squeeze. There's moisture in go-go squeezes. Well, since there's a likelihood of running into a bear, I'm going to put my gun on. Normally I don't worry about it, just bear spray's enough, but usually just carry this from my belt. But sometimes bear spray's not enough, I think. And the wind's blowing. When the wind's blowing, it makes me a little more nervous about bear spray because it can blow if you're shooting into the wind, or the wind's coming at your face and you're shooting it. But my philosophy is I'll try to deter a bear with the bear spray, and if not, I got my gun as a backup. So that's why I'm putting my gun. So anyway, that's why I'm going to put on a gun. I think a lot of people think bear spray is enough. A lot of people think you should only take a gun, that bear spray won't do anything. I kind of think you should do both. Just try to deter the bear if you can, and then if not, you got your backup. So, that being said, let's put it on. With this backpack, what I do is I take it off this loop here, stick it on, stick it through that loop, stick it through that loop, and tuck it on it back a little bit. Nice thing with this backpack is by putting this gun like that, I can wear the backpack around it. So you got a round in the chamber and make sure you carry it safely. Make sure you got a proper holster. Don't touch the trigger while you're getting it in. When you draw it out, keep your finger away from the trigger. Just be safe if you have a gun. Keep it where your clothes aren't gonna get in it. So I keep my shirt behind it, and I'll put my backpack strap right there. There, and you can see how when I strap it up, it's out of the way. Once I strap the whole thing up, it'll be out of the way. Then I can just reach it, draw it. And by the way, this is a Springfield XD Elite compact 10mm. I used to carry only 44 Magnums or loaded up 45, but those guns are so heavy, and 10mm, if you load them properly or get the proper loads, they can handle a bear. It's lighter weight, easier to carry, and has more shot capability. But anyway, that's my philosophy. So with that, I'm going to get going. So I keep the bear spray right here, easy to draw. gun easy to draw. Off we go. A little disappointed that aspens are losing their leaves already. Let me see that trail down below. That's where I was sitting, eating my go-go squeeze. Now I'm starting to get up here. I just heard an elk bugle. Which seems maybe a little late for elk bugling, but it's up in there somewhere. Probably a few hundred yards. Maybe we'll see him. And I met these ladies. I'm probably about 1.9 miles. They said they came down from Taylor and didn't see anybody. So they said they're up there all morning, so I don't know if maybe the first guy was lost or maybe they were lost. But both of those two people said they didn't see anybody. They're both supposed in the same spot. I'm just kind of resting a little bit. I'm not quite 2 miles. Or it might be 2 miles, but I think I'm just a hair shy of it. I wonder if I'll see anybody else. I don't think I'll see anybody else above me because there's only 4 vehicles in the parking lot, and that would be 4 groups accounted for. So now for sure there's nobody ahead of me, I think. So all the more reason to strap on the gun. Those ladies were looking at it like kind of weird, like, oh, this guy's a creep. But what do you do? They're loud and talkative. They're gonna scare off the bears before they get to them, and I'm quiet. I might walk upon one. I try to make noise, but it's kind of hard getting to get lost in your own thoughts. Yeah, one time, actually was on this trail earlier this year. I was walking down and I had a headphone in one ear. I like to keep one ear open. Sometimes I like to put a headphone in. And all of a sudden, just bam, right behind me, I heard plop, plop, plop. And I grabbed my gun, turned around, spun around. It was a lady runner coming down the trail. Kind of don't think she saw me grab the gun. She saw me spin around, and I said, "Oh, you scared me." But I didn't actually have it pointed at her or anything. I just had my hand on it, and it was just kind of coming out of the holster. So I don't think she saw it, but the good thing is if you practice, you know, it's instinct when you draw, and it's also instinct if you practice to not shoot the wrong thing. And so anyway, I was glad once I saw it was a lady coming down the trail. I did not keep drawing the gun. See, I can hear those ladies. They're probably clear down at the bottom of the couple of last bends. They're pretty loud, so they probably scared all the bears up at least to Cold Creek Meadows, I bet. So good grief, I almost shout when they talk. The trail way down there, I bet those women, they're moving so fast they probably went across that already. Now that's a pretty sight. Big old aspens. Still got a lot of leaves. I love these big old aspens. Look how pretty that is. I'm sure by the time I come back down, I'll need some water. A little tiny trickle. Coal Creek Meadows, I believe. Goes for a little ways. Nice views behind me. Pine forest now. Actually, these are fir trees. Another set of meadows. Right now I'm sitting at about 8,700 feet. If you remember my Red Mountain hike that I did a month ago, it was about 8,600 feet. And that was the tallest mountain in that area. Right now I'm 8,700 feet. We got that, which the top of that's around 10 something. A little bit further that way, there's 13,000. I'll probably get to 9. Starting to get steep. About to break this little rise, and I think it's another meadow and a creek, and you start climbing up the last leg, I think. Pretty steep. I believe that shoulder of that mountain there on the left, you can see it just above the trees. I think that's where I'm hoping to stop. Hope to get a picture of the Grand up there. And I don't know what else. It's a big nice view though. I was hoping to be more fall colors up here, but we're above all the aspens now. Getting into the rocky crags. I bet we're at 8 something feet now. 88. Okay. Just checking my GPS, right at 88.58. So I've climbed another 150 feet from the last time I was talking. Well, not much beats the Teton wilderness. Well, shouldn't have too hard of a stroll to this meadow. And then when I hit that shoulder right there, that's going to be probably the steepest part of the trip. I always hate it when there's downhill after you know you got so high to climb, and then you hit areas where you lose your elevation gain. That's okay though. Still pretty. Still worth being up here. Okay. It's like a little water in Coal Creek. That's good. There's the last hill I gotta climb. Cross this meadow and then go up that mountainside. I'll be done. Normally that whole side there was a squishy, marshy mountain. As the snow melts on the right of that rock slide there, you can see where the spring comes out. But during snow melt, the whole thing's pretty squishy. Looks pretty dry today. I'm gonna put a noon tablet in my water. Gives you a pretty good kick. It's got a lot of good electrolytes. My legs are getting pretty tired, so yeah, it's a great way for a pick-me-up. So I just gotta climb that hill there, and I'm done. So up to the right, you can see that trail. That goes to Mesquite Divide. If you go up there a little bit, I don't know if you can see the fork, but the trail forks, and you go left and you go up Taylor, right up there, top of that big guy. I'll do that sometime. I'm not gonna do it today. That's what they look like, just little tablets, and they go in there and they fizz. I get this kind because it doesn't have caffeine, I don't think. It's only been like 3 minutes. Almost to the junction. Okay, here's the junction. Whew. If you go there, climb Taylor Mountain. I think that's just a shoulder right there. You can see Taylor Mountain all the way from my valley. You know, go all the way to Post Creek Road. You can also go to Moose Creek Road going this way. This is Coal Mesquite Divide. It says Moose Creek Trail, 2.3 miles. So you gotta go 2.3 miles just to get to the trail. And there it's just 7 all the way down. So you probably add a couple miles going this way to Moose Creek. But there's a creek the whole way. It's pleasanter. There I stand at the junction. My witness. It's got 0.2 miles. I don't even know if it's that far. And by the way, this is the steepest part. I remember being awful steep. So for the record, I don't know if this camera can see that. 3 miles to here. It's 9,000 feet. So again, I'm at the junction. I just took a couple steps and it took me to 9,000 feet. Like 150 to go, just that little bit of time. That's steep. A little bit higher. Welcome site. Not doing too bad. Last time I came here with a full backpack, it took me a lot longer to climb this little bit. So I'm going about 3 or 4 times faster than I did then. Still pretty slow, but I'm definitely doing better. I don't know if, yeah, you can see the junction down there. Looks like you're way above it. A lot of times, I'll doubt I can climb something like this. But I made it. Just about to crest over here. Mesquite Divide. Whew. Yeah, there's me in the Grand. And 3 years ago, going down with backpacks, that was a snowfield for quite a ways down. I wish I could stay up here and kind of let the light sift a little bit. Get some really good photos if just a little bit better angle. Problem is, I gotta get back before it's dark, for one. So I'm gonna put my telephoto lens on, take a picture, and skedaddle. 3.11 miles, 9,190 feet in elevation. I thought it was 9,150. I think my total elevation gain was about 1827. Not sure if that's correct. Big eagle flying down there. And probably the reason why I got up the hill so fast was the noon tablet. 55 to 200 zoom lens. Again, there's me with the Grand. While this camera was off, there was a crazy bird up there, and I don't see it anymore. Scolding at me and squawking at me. Could have been a Stellar's jay, though. They're kind of a dark blue color. It's 4:30. Gets dark at 6:30. It only gives me 2 hours to get down. So whenever I catch service, I'm gonna have to call Teresa and tell her I probably won't be able to make it to get Quinn. Taylor Mountain. I don't know what this one is. It's probably Fossil Mountain, that kind of short one there. That could be housetop there. Grand, don't know what that one is, but okay, setting the GPS. Says I'm 9213. I'm probably close to 9200. Alright, it took me 3 hours to get here, and I'll see if I can get back in 2. Chipmunk right there. I don't know if the camera's getting it. Probably thinks I'm gonna drop some snacks. Crazy rodents. Starting to see the meadow again. Don't see any bears down there. Could stay up here another hour. I'll start getting some good photos. I'm about halfway through the meadow. The shadows are getting long. Let's cross over. Well, hey, we look at that. They left a little teeny can of Mountain Dew in the creek. Wonder who did that. Sounds pretty good right now. Really doubt anybody's gonna come and get it. Should I eat it? Drink it? Should I leave it? I shouldn't leave it because I'd be irresponsible. The bear could come and eat it, drink it. I'd be irresponsible because you shouldn't give food to bears. I know nobody else is up here. I think somebody just forgot about it. They probably camped down here. Or camped down here somewhere. Nice little area to camp. Okay. Well, claimed. You might know where that's from. Fish it out. It's pretty cold. Woodpecker up there. I think the woodpecker didn't come along. Well, that's a good sound. That's a pretty good sound. You're hot, tired, thirsty. You find a little treat like this. Actually hits the spot. I heard Mountain Dew isn't good for you for hiking. But right now I don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks. It's a pretty day. Junction's almost in shadow. These little cans are only just a couple swallows in. So thank you whoever left that. Hope you watch this video and miss it. This is the perfect time to walk into a bear. Come over these rises. Wind's in my face. So the wind can block sound as well as block smell. Coming up, I wasn't worried too much because the wind was blowing ahead of me. Now I gotta be extra loud. So now I gotta be extra loud because come over a rise like that, there could be a bear in the trail, not having any idea I'm here. And so the wind just needs to blow the other way. Or I gotta make a lot more noise. Anyway, let's see if there's a bear over this hill. So if I drop the camera and run, or you hear shooting, you'll know there's a bear. So far so good. Another potential bear spot. I don't see any though. So one time when we were in Yellowstone, worked for a guy named Dick Clark a long time ago. Not the Dick Clark with the American Bandstand, but he's more of a cowboy type. John Wayne. He took people on horseback trips in the Yellowstone, and they're 5-day trips. And one time I was in the back on a horse, was pretty skittish, and I had 5 mules in a string, 5 pack mules, and Dick was in front. He had a couple pack mules, and then in between us was all the people that was on the trip. And yeah, it's about 12 people on horses in between us. So we're a fair distance apart. He was heading, kind of same situation, heading into the sun, and the wind was in our face, and we were clear back, and we're miles from the trailhead, 2-3 days in, and we were going through a big long meadow, a lot bigger than this, and flatter, but there's a little rise in the middle. It's like a little hill, just not too tall, just a little bit. Well, from where I was at, I could see a brown hump moving through the grass on the trail, and it was coming toward Dick Clark. And so I yelled up there. I said, "Dick, there's a bear coming down the trail right at you." Of course, he couldn't see it because the bear was on the other side of the hill and he was on this side of the hill. And he couldn't see it, so he stopped. And he's like, "Where is it?" I said, "It's almost to you." Well, he didn't move. And the bear was about 20 feet from the horse, Dick's horse, that just stopped. They must have pretty bad eyesight because couldn't really figure out what was there. I think it was trying to sniff, and then it caught the scent, and it just went around about, I don't know, 30 feet off the side is all. All the horses were way freaking out because of that. They were, and I was still actually in the trees, so I would have been just coming out of trees, and the bear went 30 feet, and my horse was skittish. My horse went bucking through the trees. Imagine all those trees right there, and a horse bucking through that, pulling mules. And all my mules got wrapped around trees with the ropes. I didn't get bucked off. My face hit some branches and it kind of hurt. Fortunately, that bear just kept going around us. Kind of weird, you know, they're unpredictable. Most of them will just do that. They won't bug you. If they see you, they'll get out of your way. But it's the problem bears that you gotta be worried about. Or say the mama bear that has cubs, or the lone male black bear that's got a chip on his shoulder, might try to hunt you down. Anyway, that's one of my bear stories. I don't have a lot, but well, about where that spring is, I'm gonna put my water bottle and fill it up. So I've come a mile from the top to this point. As soon as I get to that creek, that'll be a mile. It's right in those pretty yellow aspens. It might be worth another photo. That's so freaking pretty. Wow. Cannot believe those aspens. Alright, get some water in my bottle here. There's another good hiking option. I don't know if you can see it. Life straw bottle with a filter. And the water always gets hot as you're hiking. So I like to take this up empty, fill up my water bottles, and when I come down I can get some nice cold water. So you just drink it. Pretty good way to do it. So I got about 2 miles to go, and this should easily get me there. Well, sun's behind the mountain now. Shadows are getting really long. Should have left probably an hour earlier this morning. Be back to the truck within an hour of the truck now. I'm surprised I haven't seen any other people. I just saw those one sets. Still nice weather for hiking. Also surprised I haven't seen any animals. So no bears. Of course I still could. Got about 1.5 miles of canyon where it's dense and more forested. We'll hit that in a little bit here. Another 1/3 mile, I'll hit that probably. I've seen one deer here. Actually, it was right down there, side of that mountain. Spot in the creek. Rest for a minute. Anyway, I was talking before my card so rudely got full. I was talking about how many animals I'd seen up here, and I talked about seeing a deer. Only seen one deer ever. I've only seen 3 moose. Both in the same spot, or both times. One there was just one, and then the other time, in fact it was actually the last time I was up here, there was 2. That's down below in the little canyon I gotta go through. There's a creek down there where the creek is. So, and then every time I've seen the moose, it's been dusk, starting to get dark, sun is set. So I could very likely run into them again. Never seen a bear up here. One time I heard some people saw a bear clear up there, about where that meadow is, I bet. One of those upper meadows. They saw it and it ran away, so. Anyway, not seen any wildlife here to speak of. And I was also saying that I never came across that forest fire. So I wonder if it's out and they just haven't taken the signs down, but where I was standing up on top, should have saw some smoke or something somewhere in that area. Sounds like is where it was at. Well, just about done with this trip. It's been a good hike. And the sun's gonna set here pretty quick. I'd like to be the truck before it's dark. Okay. See you when I get down there, I guess. Unless I see a moose, I'll turn this back on. That was just a nice, pretty picture. It's just so pretty. Walking down this trail. I'm not gonna film anymore. Usually if I see the moosies on this bend, just down here, it's always been a she. Nope. Don't see it. Looks like my truck's the last one there. Well, made it before it got dark. I don't know if you can see it. A little sunset happening. Yeah, 2.6 miles. My GPS said about 3.5. Or 3.25. It's 3 miles to the junction, I think.